A global platform now that Caitlin will have coming into the professional ranks. So it's really a great time to be in basketball.
Caitlin Clark is clearly a catalyst for a business that was, and let's be honest, Caitlin to some degree financially saved the WNBA. It was hemorrhaging money for years.
To build, you have to scale, and ultimately expansion had always been on my list. But we didn't want to rush into it because we wanted new owners, like new ownership groups. Anyone who knows sports here knows, like, it's a slog to be a sports owner.
How do you convince your biggest star not to walk away? Just hours ago, the WNBA revealed its answer to that very question, and all eyes are on Caitlin Clark. The league is facing growing pressure as Clark's popularity continues to explode on a global scale. Her name has become nearly inseparable from the sport itself, capturing attention far beyond the usual fan base. And now, as whispers grow louder about her potential move overseas, the WNBA has made a bold move to keep her right where she is.
Hi, Caitlin.
Hey, what's up, Caitlin?
Caitlin.
Hey, Caitlin. Caitlin.
Hey, Caitlin.
Known for her fierce competitiveness and incredible shooting range, Caitlin Clark entered the WNBA with sky-high expectations. Many believed she could elevate the league to an entirely new level.
Indiana Fever select Caitlin Clark, University of Iowa.
Recent reports have sparked speculation that Caitlin Clark might explore opportunities overseas, where significantly higher paying contracts are available. But in response, the WNBA is reportedly preparing an unprecedented move, offering her a potential ownership stake to convince her to stay. Clark's entry into the league was seen as a game changer for the Indiana Fever, and now keeping her stateside has become a top priority.
Actually looked up how much the tickets are going for. I kind of cut that price in half.
After a historic college run where she shattered attendance records and drew millions of viewers, Caitlin Clark was seen as the WNBA's breakout star. Her presence alone brought massive crowds, boosted national TV ratings, and generated a level of attention the league hadn't seen before. For the Indiana Fever, once struggling with both performance and ticket sales, selecting Clark instantly transformed their visibility, leading to a dramatic surge in fan engagement and game attendance.
Fever are going to be over 200,000 higher than the next highest total attendance in league history. Clarkonomics, my friend!
Many believed Caitlin Clark had the potential to completely transform a franchise, and she quickly proved them right. Her ability to draw crowds wasn't just hype during her college years. In her rookie WNBA season, Clark's games quickly became marquee events, leading to some of the highest viewership numbers in women's basketball history. Attendance for Indiana Fever games nearly quadrupled, and her presence played a major role in the WNBA experiencing one of its strongest seasons ever in terms of national TV ratings.
Getting more and more people, and it's getting bigger, it's getting louder, and it's a very fun environment to be in.
The atmosphere around her games is electric, something truly exciting to be part of. For the WNBA, Caitlin Clark represents more than just a rising star. She's a beacon of what the future of the league could look like.
Clark is clearly a catalyst for a business that was, and let's be honest, Caitlin to some degree financially saved the WNBA. It was hemorrhaging money for years.
But even more thrilling than her WNBA debut was,
as exciting as Caitlin Clark's WNBA debut was, the headlines haven't stopped since. She continues to break records and dominate attention. Meanwhile, European basketball clubs have taken notice. They're making competitive offers to attract top-tier talent, offering greater financial stability than many players find in the WNBA. Stars like Brianna Stewart and Diana Taurasi have openly shared how playing overseas not only brought them higher paychecks, but also valuable playing opportunities, making Europe an increasingly appealing option for elite athletes.
Like there's that 4-year period where you need to grow as a person,
but then the NIL comes into play.
Oh,
we keep walking right back into that.
The financial gap between overseas opportunities and what the WNBA currently offers has become impossible to ignore. When Caitlin Clark realized just how significant the difference was, it sparked real consideration about taking her talents abroad. European teams are offering contracts that far exceed domestic deals, giving players a chance to maximize their earnings and secure long-term financial stability in ways the WNBA simply hasn't been able to match, at least not yet.
500,000, $1 million off your NIL? Are you staying?
Caitlin Clark's potential move to Europe wasn't just about exploring new horizons. It was about securing long-term financial stability and competing on a global stage. Several top European clubs were reportedly prepared to offer her multi-million-dollar contracts, making the decision to stay in the US anything but simple. Faced with the risk of losing its brightest star, the WNBA took an extraordinary step. In a groundbreaking move for women's sports, the league reportedly offered Clark an ownership stake in the Indiana Fever, an unprecedented gesture for someone so early in their career. Ownership opportunities like this are typically reserved for athletes at the tail end of their playing days, or individuals with major business ventures, like Michael Jordan's stake in the Charlotte Hornets. For Clark, receiving such a rare offer at just the beginning of her professional journey underscores just how vital she is to the future of the WNBA. It's a bold acknowledgement of her influence, and a clear sign the league is willing to go to great lengths to keep her on home soil. Caitlin Clark isn't just seen as a star on the court, she's considered a long-term asset by both the WNBA and the Indiana Fever ownership. If she chooses to remain with the team, her role could go far beyond just playing. She may even be involved in shaping the franchise's financial future. Over the past 5 years, the value of sports franchises has surged, thanks to massive media rights deals, expanded global fan engagement, booming WNBA sponsorships, and a renewed spotlight on women's sports. For Clark, staying with the Fever could mean becoming a key part of the team's strategic growth, not just its on-court success.
NBA has seen record-breaking numbers this season in viewership, ticket sales, merch sales, and just overall growth of the
major sports leagues like the NBA, NFL, and European football have seen massive growth in franchise values over recent years, but the WNBA is now starting to carve out its own place in that conversation. In fact, franchise valuations across the board, from Major League Baseball to the NHL, have seen impressive gains, with NFL teams rising more than 40% in value. Now, the WNBA is catching up fast. This season alone, the Indiana Fever's estimated value has surged past $90 million, a staggering 40% increase within just 1 year. Much of that boost is being credited to Caitlin Clark's arrival and a new media rights deal that's injecting fresh momentum into the league. If this pace continues, the WNBA may be the next major player in the world of high-value sports franchises.
Last day viewership, which is up 400% to 40%. Between ticket sales, which is up 93% to 16%. Between regular game viewership, which is up 180% to 20%. What Caitlin Clark has done is grown the WNBA exponentially.
And this could be just the beginning. With her reported ownership stake, Caitlin Clark is now in a position to build generational wealth and potentially become the first female basketball player to reach billionaire status. That would place her in elite company alongside global icons like Serena Williams, who've dominated their sport while also achieving massive success off the court. Even during her college years, Clark made it clear her ambitions went far beyond basketball. She's always talked about growing the game and making a lasting impact, both as an athlete and as a leader, shaping the future of women's sport.
Nitpicking every single thing I do, and I know I want to help this franchise get even better, help my teammates get even better, be better for my teammates, and I know there's a lot of room for me to continue to.
Caitlin Clark's ownership stake isn't just a personal milestone, it's a chance to actively shape how a franchise is run from the inside. It gives her real influence over team decisions and, potentially, the direction of the entire WNBA. League officials recognize her as a transformative figure, someone capable of lifting the WNBA to new heights. Letting her walk away to play overseas wouldn't just be a loss for the Indiana Fever, it would be a major setback for the league's growth and a missed opportunity to expand its global fan base.
Not following after Caitlin Clark's been eliminated, and they're not into the league because they're conditioned by the league.
With TV ratings still struggling to gain consistent traction, the WNBA is actively looking for ways to attract more lucrative sponsorships and grow its global reach. Caitlin Clark's impact could be the game changer they've been waiting for. Her presence has the potential to drive viewership to unprecedented levels, something the league has never truly experienced. Securing her long-term future in the WNBA isn't just smart, it's essential to the league's continued growth and long-term success.
Final WNBA playoff game, 2.5 million viewers.
Appreciate you. And I think that what she has done for women's basketball, especially in this country, has been phenomenal. There is no woman No matter how great you were as a player, Cheryl Swoops.
In professional sports, ownership isn't just about wealth. It's about influence, decision-making power, and long-term legacy. Offering Caitlin Clark an ownership stake goes far beyond rewarding a talented athlete. It's a strategic move aimed at shaping the future of the WNBA itself. For stars like Aja Wilson, who have spent years building their careers and brands within the league, seeing a rookie receive such a prestigious opportunity might raise questions. Some veteran players could feel that this shift signals a new era, one where younger athletes like Clark are elevated by media attention and commercial partnerships from day one. Ownership stakes, like the one Michael Jordan once held with the Charlotte Hornets, often represent more than just basketball excellence. They reflect an individual's broader role as a business leader and cultural force within a franchise. As these kinds of deals become more common, the league could face growing tensions around recognition, fairness, and opportunity within.
Playing basketball right now is a miracle. Some of the fans that were unhappy with her one play, a defensive play, called for that same tumor for her.
If Caitlin Clark accepts this groundbreaking offer, it could reshape expectations for future generations of players. While it opens exciting doors, it may also leave some WNBA veterans feeling overlooked, especially those who've spent years contributing to the league without similar opportunities. This type of deal doesn't just provide Clark with financial stability, it places her in a unique position of influence within the Indiana Fever organization. For seasoned stars like Aja Wilson, seeing a newcomer receive such significant backing could stir up tension. After all, Wilson and others have spent years building the league, both on and off the court. What we're seeing is more than a business decision. It reflects a shift in how the WNBA values its most marketable talent. As the league evolves, it may need to find new ways to honor the legacy of its veterans while embracing the spotlight new stars bring to the game.
Try and stay ahead of that, try and tamp it down or act as a league when two of your most visible players are involved, not personally it would seem, but their fan bases are involved.
Ultimately, the offer of an ownership stake to Caitlin Clark highlights just how far the league is willing to go to retain its most valuable rising star. It reflects her growing influence not just on the court, but within the business side of the game as well. However, for veteran players like Aja Wilson, this kind of move could understandably stir feelings of frustration or inequality, especially after years of commitment to building the league's foundation.
Not just one person, that's jealousy.
I agree with that. I agree with
So
that.
stop it with all the, nobody's jealous of Caitlin Clark. Angel Reese just showed you on time.
This moment marks a clear shift in how the league operates, signaling a new era where younger, high-profile stars may receive opportunities that even the most accomplished veterans haven't seen. Such a groundbreaking move is likely to influence the WNBA's future direction and could potentially create tension among top-tier players who've dedicated years to building the league's legacy.
We're pretty close. This has been as close as it's been all second quarter long, 44.
All attention now turns to Caitlin Clark. Will she accept the WNBA's groundbreaking offer to become a part owner of the Indiana Fever? Or could she choose a different path, heading overseas, where European teams are offering significantly higher upfront pay?
There are a lot of really good fans, whether they've been fans for 20 plus years or whether they're new fans in our league. I think continuing to uplift this league.
For Caitlin Clark, this choice is about more than just where she plays. It's about shaping the future of women's basketball and defining her legacy. If she remains in the WNBA and accepts the historic ownership offer, she becomes the league's first ever player owner, setting a powerful precedent. But if she decides to play overseas, it could spark even greater questions about the WNBA's ability to hold on to its brightest stars. Either way, Caitlin Clark holds the keys to what comes next for the league. What do you think she'll decide? Stay and make history or chase new opportunities abroad? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a future update.